We had worked together before on a play that had this kind of central binaural conceit. So it was focused around the sound. We realized that for it to work best, it needs to be oriented in the same way that the audience is, and it needs to be static. What kind of led on from that thinking was that it makes sense that it's maybe a character that's in a hospital bed.
The whole idea is that it's Konstantin after he has shot himself, as he does towards the end of the Seagull. And Laura Jones has made the most extraordinary job out of moving that story along into another time.
The play is so much about people who are kind of waiting for something to happen. And so it's these people who kind of love or like sometimes hate or are indifferent to being kind of trapped in a space waiting for something to happen. And life happens while they're waiting.
Our actors can whisper directly into the audience's ear. The audience can overhear conversations that they shouldn't maybe hear. We can get the level of detail in the performance and the level of access we have to the way the actors are speaking is pretty great.
It's pretty extraordinary.
It's effective.
Actually,
So,
yeah. And also once you grant that access, you can then take it away.
So we're being guided by the class writing, and there's so many different elements with the headphones and the microphones and things like that. I feel like we're kind of like little animals in it being observed in a lab, because we have all the mics on us and we're speaking quietly and we're talking to this binaural head. So it all feels very experimental and interesting and kind of intimate.
I think it's about creating a sort of hyper intimacy. It allows you to inhabit the consciousness of an unconscious body. And I think that gives you a perspective on listening that is, it removes the proscenium arch a little bit, and you get a bit more, you're kind of in the play as opposed to watching the play. And you get this dissonance, this oscillation between those two roles. So sometimes you're witnessing, sometimes you're actually participating, but you don't have to do anything but sit.
The Seagull is a play about art and about being an artist and what that means. And I think right now we're being drawn to ask the same questions.
Chekhov's talking about the time that he's living in. When you're kind of adapting that play, or you're kind of bringing that play into the world that you're living in, it also feels important to talk to the world that you're living in. The idea of naturalism, or like the character Konstantin writes a kind of surreal, abstract play in the Seagull. So much of it is about grappling with and trying to talk about the things that are happening to people now.